Okay, today we're going to learn how to read a traditional clock. On a clock, you have 3 lines. The small line is called the hour line. It tells you the hour. Right now, the hour is at 9 o'clock. Let me just rotate a little bit. Now, the hour is at 10 because you're looking at just this little hand, and that tells you the hour. Now it's at 11. Now it just went backwards to 10. The little hand tells you what hour it is. Typically, it's shorter, but it's also, you'll notice, wider. And it depends on the clock design, but it's always shorter, your hour hand. Your minute hand is the longer one, and it will tell you the minutes. Now, take each of the numbers and times them by 5, and that tells you how many minutes it is. So 1 is actually 1 times 5. This is 5 minutes. This would be 2 times 5 is 10 minutes. 3 times 5 is 15 minutes, 20, 25, 30, all the way around. 10 times 5, this would be 50 minutes. So this would be like, if the minute hand is pointing here, it'd be 50 minutes after the hour. 55 minutes, exact hour. So you just take each of the numbers and times them by 5, and that tells you how many minutes it is. So right now the clock is at 10, and this would be 5 plus 1 is 6. I'm gonna just jump that minute hand so we can look at it for a minute. Sorry. Now it's pointing at the 8. What's 8 times 5? 40. So it would be 10:40. Jump it some more. This would be, the hour hand is pointing at 11, just before 11, and this is pointing at 10. 10 times 5 is 50. Jump it again. And ask yourself, well, what time is this? Well, this would be 2 o'clock. This would be almost 60, which would be almost 2. But it's a little bit before, so 55, 56, 57, 58. This would be 2:58. Jump it again. And this is not quite to 4, so it's going to be 3 o'clock. And then 10 times 5 is 50, so this would be 3:50. If it moves ahead just a little bit, but not quite, it's 3:50, 51, 52, 3:53. Okay, the second hand, not all clocks have a second hand. The second hand is the one that's just constantly moving, if it does have one, and it's only used for seconds. Really, you're not going to use it a lot for telling time. Hopefully this will help you know how to tell the time without having to pull out your cell phones and look at times. Let's just do a couple for practice. I just Googled clocks, so we're just going to look at different styles and things. So this one right here, this is the small hand, so that's the hour, so it's just after 10, so it's 10 o'clock. And then this is the minute hand, and it's after 2. So 2 times 5 is 10 plus 1, so this would be 10, 11. 10 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11, so this is 11, 10, 11. This one, this is our smaller hand. This is the bigger one, so the small hand is pointing at 9. The bigger hand, this would be 1. 1 times 5 is 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 o'clock. So this would be 9:08. I'm going to skip those because they're very similar to that one. I'm going to come down here to this one. The little hand is almost to the 2, but not quite. So it's going to be a 1. The big hand is at the 10. 10 times 5 is 50, so this would be 1:50. Right here, this one, the little hand's pointing at the 4. The big hand's right up here, so this would be 4, and then 1 times 5 is 5, 6, 7, 4:07. Right here, the little hand is pointing at the 8. The big hand's pointing at the 4. So 8, and then 4 times 5 is 20. This would be 8:20. Right here, this one, little hand's pointing between the 5 and 6, so that's 5 o'clock. And then the big hand's pointing to the 7, so this would be 5:35. This one, your little hand is pointing at the 1, so that between 1 and 2, so that's 1 o'clock. And the big hand is pointing at the 5, so 5 times 5 is 25, 1:25. Hopefully this helps with your time skills. And if you have further questions, please come talk to me. Let's get you make sure that you can tell time.